We're like Peterman. I'm out here gambling. I like to run.
I'm just gonna have to. I just had to get those because there was no other way.
Yeah. Take all the game.
Well, mine's on right now.
Flag.
With that kind of trouble, she's probably not going to lose anymore.
Why did you do that?
Outside, right there.
Trying to make it stop for it. She got looked at me like,
You're supposed to look at these ones.
That's on the other here. You got all of these. Yeah, that was 22.
when I wanted to get my son, we're not the same.
I was the same kid one time, and I just got on the
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you take them out, it was after that. Oh, I'm so trash.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, I guess she hates the whole but apparently she won't be having the first some other
I know they said I don't think so. I never seen them there. Yeah, but I don't
All right, not gonna lose the picture I got. 71.
They broke the pole, they broke the stick. They broke the pole. They did it on the bottom.
They got it turned.
The little kid in red broke it.
They don't make sticks like they used to. It's particle board. It's the donut girl. It's the donut girl. Look at her eye. What's the donut shop? Get my copy here. It's a mom and dad. Get the phone. Should have been saving for the phone.
That way, huh?
I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Your scouts when in practice, it's another thing to consider, you know. When you were talking to John Gruden last night, he said, if you release someone like Nathan Peterman to the Chiefs, sign him, you know, if the Chiefs sign him by the 2 weeks, and the chance to pick 15 minutes, but what are they doing? How they got him on the Chiefs lines runners? You got to be careful about, you know, all of the decisions you make and how it could impact you a couple of weeks down the road. It's funny you say that, because back in the day, Al Davis did that all the time. He would bring players in and coaches in, and he just pick input. Learn a bunch of stuff. What you bring that guy in for?
So this is the new rule this year with the coach able to challenge on pass interference, and that's what the Seahawks have done here. Call on the field is defensive PI and a 13-yard penalty for a first down for overtime.
All the PIs that have been challenged through the preseason in the first 3 weeks. Offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference, very few have been overturned. Well, the officials doing a good job on the field. We'll see a lot more of it this year because of what happened in the playoff game down there in New Orleans.
A lot of coaches have talked about making sure they utilize those challenges in the preseason just to field of study to see how it's going to be called, how often it might be overturned.
That's a bad sign for the official rules look on. Usually means you gotta take it back.
Figure out yardage and the sticks.
Somebody stole that thing.
Direction.
I told you.
I was watching it.
Worth a lot of money now. They bought him before he came back to the race. That's the first thing I said. Now the ball is touching on.
It's gonna significantly impact
They can't find
the
somebody.
receivers' ability to make a play.
Only on the Raiders, baby. Only on the Raiders.
21.
I think it's going to be at the 28-yard line. So, of course, once that pass is tipped, that takes interference off the table.
So that means we were right. Karma, baby. C-A-R-R. Karma.
Get that choking count like you did the last time we got the sack. Let's do it. Caution reactive.
Those catches flourished and jumped.
Nice job. Good attention there. Watch Parker just take his guy down. Good job. The back picking up the guy around. That's just one. Nice look.
Gain of 17. Under 3 minutes to go in that. Down to the 34. Foster Nitro with the tackle. And a run of 6.
Back and Button both had good, really nice runner's patience. They had the ability to be moving and slow down in the middle of the left and all. And the Raiders have to be able to fall better than they did a year ago. They wasn't good enough, just 25th in rushing. Papers and the future of Charles Jenkins. So I think he's going to be decent.
Whose man was that? Roughing. Helmet Fuller.
That's a delete.
Gave him his helmet. Yeah, baby.
Changed the rules a year ago.
That's supposed to come down on top of the front foot. To try and move it to the side.
Coaches like John and Glenn want to required challenge all calls, not just the BI call. That call right there would be a call that I'm sure be careful about the challenge. But you can't.
First and 10. a 2-minute lead in here in the first half. Geno Smith, a pair of touchdown passes for the Seahawks.
Here's our tight end.
Peterman trying to get some points back. Tonight in Seattle, the Seahawks and the Raiders. Jerry Green. The Raiders look pretty good. Chance to get some points back. And a throw off the crossbar.
Here's the cat. That's classic right there.
And short
I want one.
drives over 10 plays.
You know what you do? Get a sticker for your Put numbers in my
Art and
That Super Bowl.
in Tampa?
Yeah. Because Marcus ran wild on the
He sure did. That change of direction, one of the great plays in Super Bowl history.
That 83 team is very underrated. I'd match it against, I don't care who you put up there, you can beat anybody.
Good push up front by the Seahawks to stuff Brown, who has returned to the game for the Raiders.
Brown had a really good first half. Showed his nice patience we were talking about, and he does have that burst as well. That's one of those players. He's a bubble player. That's one of those guys. He can play. You just got to find the right spot.
10 carries, 54 yards tonight. Peterman. Some play action. Doss couldn't haul it in out at the 37-yard line.
Looks like that went through his hands, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a tough catch and a tough throw because the corner does a nice job undercutting the route. So Peterman has to throw this one over the outstretched hands of, well, he didn't get his hands up, but he was underneath them, and he's got to catch that, man. It's a pretty good throw. He's just ran out of room there on the boundary. Still one you got to make.
Mack did a nice job of protection inside with the blitz.
So now 3rd and 11. Just the 4-man pressure picked up by the Raiders, and that one squirts through the hands of Keelan Doss.
That's 2 in a row. That's not good. Trying to make the team every opportunity you get, it has to click.
He runs a nice route. It's a good throw. You got to make that catch.
Yeah. 2 in a row.
That would have been a first down. Instead, the punting unit comes on with A.J. Cole to boot it away to John Ursua. Booming blast. Ursua chased back to the 21. Nick Nelson cut him off on the right side. A flag is down as Kyle Wilbur makes the tackle. 55 yards on that punt from A.J. Cole. We'll take the reverse here, weaving his way down inside the 40. And it'll set up 3rd down and about 4. Juwan Young with the stop. Gain of 8.
I like this call. Just because you've got the speed to be able to, right here, gain another 6 yards right there.
Rico had the big touchdown catch against Arizona a few weeks ago, 53-yarder.
Right now you have to defend the quarterback's feet.
Four-man pressure, Peterman, first down to Doss. Running down inside the 25-yard line. And a gain of 14 for the Raiders.
Was able to hold to that one. A little crossing route, a little drive route. Good patience by Peterman. It's not there in the first window. He waits and throws it in that second window.
Good protection also.
3rd catch for Keelan, 37 yards. He's been the favorite target for the quarterbacks this preseason. Peterman, the pump to the left, throws to the right. There's Doss again. Close to the 15. In fact, that's where they'll put him.
Old Sluggo Saint is going to, as the slant and go on the left side. He's got the wide departure hitch on the right side. We talk about bigger receivers. Guys that are 6'2" and 6'4", they can make plays, contested catches in this part of the field.
Raiders have entered the Toyota red zone. Toyota, let's go places. Been knocking on the door a couple of times. Have had to settle for field goals. They try to run Brown for the first down yardage, and I think the dive forward may have gotten it. Let's see where the spot is.
Doesn't look like it. Talk about good red zone teams. If you really study them, they have the ability to run the football effectively in this part of the field.
He did not get it. Another opportunity to look at those guys in the middle. Cotton and James and Denver Kirkland now in there at right guard. They'll pick up the first down with Brown, muscling his way inside the 10. And it'll be first and goal Raiders. Keon Hatcher, a nice block on the edge.
I like what Brown's done here tonight.
A little bit of a slasher, isn't he, man? You look at him.
That's, again, he's running with his eyes. Some guys can't do that. Some guys do it well. It looks like Mac Brown does it well.
First and goal. Peterman out of the backfield. Brown makes a man miss. Down to the 3-yard line.
You know, Brown's not the biggest back, but he runs through a lot of arm tackles.
Strong.
Only 190 pounds. She's 213 pounds. He runs through a lot of arm tackles.
Peterman now 12 for 16, 94 yards tonight. 2 tight ends with Butler and Barnes for the Raiders. Second and goal. Brown met in the backfield and taken down at the 5.
Yeah, somebody got crushed at the line of scrimmage. Let's see who it was. Maybe Lester Cotton. Let's take a look at that.
A loss of 2.
Yeah, he couldn't even get out of his own way. That offensive line got pushed back right into his face.
So now third and goal for the Raiders. Timeout, Oakland.
John Gruden ran down to about the 15-yard line to call that timeout. I don't think John's calling plays tonight. He didn't have his call sheet in front of him.
5 for 15 on third downs tonight. This is the 9th play of the drive. They started out on the Seattle side of the field at the Seahawks 46-yard line. After a big punt by A.J. Cole helped them flip the field.
Johnny Morton called some plays last week. You see Greg Olson there. All these head coaches that do call plays, allowing some of the assistants to do it so they can really look at the personnel, really focus in on some of these critical decisions in week 4 of the preseason.
Trips left, Peterman.
Use your feet if you have to. Not too late.
Into the back of the end zone, incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Good coverage there by the Seahawks. Well done. Got up to one side of the field, and they had the right number of men right in the same spot. Peterman tried to use his feet. He did buy some time, but he couldn't stretch the field. It was already stretched. See how everything's off to the left side? Now he's going to, as he runs into that defense closes in on him. Tough to play in there.
And tough throw to make for a right-handed quarterback as you're escaping to the left.
Carlson's 2 for 3. This one will be from 23 yards out. He made 3 field goals last week, including the game winner against Green Bay up in Winnipeg. And he's got 3 field goals tonight. He's handled all the scoring for Oakland. A 14-9 game, 3:05 to go in the third.
But you know what? When it came time to strap it up,
Forget it.
they were
on.
It was all business.
Oh, yeah. George Atkinson and I were just laughing before the game about. He said, "You know, the best thing that happened to those teams, there were no cell phones."
That would have been a problem.
James Butler with the carry.
You know, Ted Hendricks and Dave Casper. I mean, there's just so many players that I grew up watching, and then it was fun for me to become a Raider and get to know them, and then get to know those legends, and like Matt. And you know, this it was a different, you know, and Mr. Davis, I mean, he loved those type of players, right?
Yeah, as long as you won.
He could find them.
Yeah.
Yep. Coach Madden, I think, harvested that group with Al Davis, and they just their philosophy was, look, as long as you play, I don't care what you do.
And there are a lot of players that we're just talking about that get run out of other places, you know, that maybe weren't a fit in Denver, like Lyle Alzado or some of these other places, Cleveland, and they come to the Raiders and they find a home.
Yeah, they play well. I think guys like George Blanda talk about.
Yep.
I mean, there's just the way they got their players. They didn't care. They just got them. You could play, you had a shot.
Well, and it was those moments right away from the phones and away from the cameras where you built that chemistry that they had that made them so strong.
That's because everybody was making $32,000 a year.
Shared experiences. Incomplete Peterman on third down, looking for Keon Hatcher.
Good coverage down. Yeah, good coverage down the field by the Seahawks.
6 catches for Keon today, 5 for Aitman, 4 for Keelan Doss. The main targets for Peterman and Glennon tonight.
It's going to be a tough decision in terms of who that 6th receiver is going to be.
Brown, Williams, Renfro, and in all likelihood Dwayne Harris.
Because of what he means to the special teams.
There's your 4, so then it's
nice.
JJ, it's Grant, it's Aitman, it's Doss. 2 more spots for those 4 guys. Can Pearsonell and Gafford and Hatcher get on?
Just the depth that we have. The depth that we have, the speed, athleticism. The young guys came in here and did a great job. High IQ for the young guys. They came here and took over right away.
I know that you wanted to step into more of a leadership role. Do you find yourself doing that tonight when the entire roster isn't here?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was trying to be that energy guy that, you know, like you were saying, that leader guy for these younger guys tonight. I've been in their shoes, and we kind of talked last night in meetings, and this is an important game for a lot of guys, you know, and I know the anxiety you have the night before, so I told them not to worry about anything, and everything is already written.
And they seem pretty receptive to that. I mean, there's so many jitters in a game like this, but do you think collectively they all got the message?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of guys came up to me afterwards, and, you know, it was a special moment for us as a group, you know. I think we really bonded in that moment.
Having LaMarcus Joyner join this defense, that's been like...
Man, that guy's he's a lot of energy. He's a lot of energy. He's a great player, obviously. He's proven that in this league. But really, besides his play on the field, it's his energy and his positivity that he brings, his leadership qualities that he brings. He's a great guy to be around.
Eric, thanks for the time. Best of luck this season. Back up to you, Beth.
Thank you, Nicole. And a nice run for Mac Brown. 21 yards. That gets him up to 79 now on the night on 15 carries and a first down Oakland. Around for Gafford and a stick behind the line. Well, Nicole touched on something really important, though, that we've talked about throughout this preseason. A guy like LaMarcus Joyner and Vontaze Burfict, who they call the quarterback of the defense. They've got some big personalities, some guys with real leadership qualities back there. Even the youngster Jonathan Abram.
Well, they had to get a nickel to cover the slot, and they went out and got Joyner. And then, of course, you need a captain of the defense, a guy that understands Paul Gunther's defense. Who better than Vontaze Burfict, who was with Paul Gunther in Cincinnati? And he brings, he's a great communicator back there, but he also brings some attitude to the playing the position, some toughness in the middle of that defense.
Peterman able to drop it off out of the backfield. Butler.
And Paul Gunther has talked to all of us throughout the course of the preseason. He keeps referring to these type A personalities. They didn't have a lot of them last year, Beth, and I think they've got a bunch of them now in that defensive meeting room, and that makes a big difference. If you have one at each level of that defense, the defensive line, the linebackers, the secondary, I think that's important. They have it in each of those meeting rooms, and I think the toughness, and I think they're bigger up front. I think they're more athletic. I think they have much more team speed, Matt, on defense.
I don't think there's any question. And your leadership really should come from that middle backer position. That guy's got to take charge, and that's exactly what they got right now.
A lot was made, of course, of the 13 sacks last year, the inability to stop the run, and we haven't seen a ton of the starters, but, you know, Hankins, who played so well at the end of the season, a healthy Mo Hurst. You add Corey Legett in the middle and the opportunity to stop that run.
I think the big thing, you know, talking about those sacks, Beth, there weren't a lot of them. They had only one fourth quarter sack all season. Now, a big reason, as we know, is they were playing from behind a lot. But, Matt, my biggest concern, and we talked about this earlier, is how much better can they be at rushing the passer? You know, who's going to be the dominant? Who are going to be the dominant pass rushers?
It's going to be a young guy. It's got to cut. Look, be a pass rusher in this league, and to be successful, very rarely do you get one from the inside. Those guys are hard. They're pocket pushers for the most part. Every now and then you'll get an Aaron Donald.
Not a lot of Aaron Donalds out there.
And there's none on this roster. So it's got to come from a defensive end. They're young. They're young. It'll be a learning curve. It's going to take some time. My guess is until they get up to speed, expect to see a lot more blitzing with Paul Gunther. So a lot of it's going to be on the coaching staff to try to generate a rush.
It's tough. If you can't get home with a four-man rush, you got to constantly bring 5- and 6-man pressures. Puts a lot more stress on that back end.
Peterman in the traffic, incomplete, looking for Doss, and he got bumped.
Yeah, I thought that's a bad decision by Peterman. We call that cover 3, Matt.
Yeah.
It's 3 of their guys are on one of ours.
About it.
Not the cover 3 that you're used to.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
That's funny.
That's interference. Defense, number 34. Wally places spot on the foul. Automatic.
You just got to run an over route.
A stair step there.
There's 1, 2, 3. And he hit him early.
Simeon Thomas.
Gotta be careful. As a quarterback on those crossing routes, you have to see out in front of the throw. The last thing you want to do is lead that receiver into a head-on collision. Oh, yeah. That's why you always have to look out in front of throws. I took great pride in that. I didn't want to hang out Tim Brown or Jerry Rice. I didn't want those guys to take a vicious hit because I didn't take the time to look out in front of the throw and protect them.
And they wouldn't let you know about it, so don't.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst feeling in the world. You have a guy, your receiver, laying on the ground on his back. You just got jacked up because you didn't look out in front of the throw.
The runner with Mac Brown off the right side, and a flag behind the play. A couple flags down, one in the secondary also.
I saw a couple guys over the course of my career where they were career enders. I saw a tight end in Kansas City named Ted Popson. I wasn't playing quarterbacks on a Monday night, and the quarterback...
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Holding, number 9. That penalty will be declined. Holding, number 79. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced. First down.
So anyway, this tight end was running across the field, and the quarterback didn't look out in front of the throw. He takes a vicious hit to the head, and he never plays football again. I mean, he missed about 4 or 5 weeks. He was having all types of issues, you know, with the head and lingering issues, and he was never able to step back on the field. And you know, a lot of that, unfortunately, is the responsibility of the quarterback. You've got to make sure that you protect your guys on the perimeter.
Well, we've seen it a million times when the throw goes out there.
He's a young quarterback too, man.
Yeah.
It's not experienced.
First and long here after the penalty. The blitz off the edge is picked up. Gafford with the completion. That was Mac Brown, I think, that was able to take care of Shalom Luani.
Really nice job by Gafford. He points it out to the quarterback, and Peterman sees it, and they make the adjustment off the corner blitz. It's a nice job by, just watch the quarterback. He sees it late.
Good job by Mac.
Yeah, but nice job by the receiver. He's going to stop his route. Give the quarterback a chance, and you're right. Good adjustment by the back. Good sight adjustment.
2nd and 11. Raiders just across midfield. Doss trying to give him a touch, make a play. Picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd down.
Good job by Peterman handling the ball.
Another play defensively by the former Raider, Shalom Luani, or Washington State. 20 for 17 on third downs tonight. This is the 69th play of the evening for the offense. Peterman protected and throws it out of bounds. DeMornay Pearsonell was the intended receiver. It's fourth down.
There's nobody open there. You know, good protection. He just had nowhere to go with the football. You know, I watched all the receivers, watched it on the replay as well, and there just wasn't really any separation down the field. Nobody won.
Jamar Taylor, the younger player for the Seahawks.
You'll see a good cut, good protection. Quarterback's got plenty of time to take a couple of hitches. Look, there's just nowhere to throw the football. Nice catch by Tom Cable.
Yes.
Former offensive line coach, former head coach of the Rays, but former offensive line coach here up in Seattle. Did a great job. They're really young and inexperienced offensive line. Had to rebuild the offensive line for a young quarterback in Russell Wilson. A good teacher. I think it's important you have coaches that are good teachers. And Tom Cable is all that.
Well, they have really appreciated the leg of A.J. Cole, and he's been showing us why throughout this preseason. 3 punts tonight, a long of 60. He's averaged 53 per punt.
He's got some thump to him. Got a little bit of Ray Guy in him. Gets good height. Shane Lecter was another one, boy. Yeah. I just talked to Shane this afternoon.
They haven't needed many punters here over the years. They've had 2 of the best of all time. Tries to bury this on the fair catch at the 15. 31 yards out.
The finisher. Four-score game.
30 more plays run than Seattle, but no touchdowns to show for it. Down on the scoreboard, so you'd have to go out on a positive note, close out the preseason.
One thing Peterman's done a much better job of. You remember his first ever start against the Chargers when he was in Buffalo 2 years ago, threw 5 interceptions. He's done a much better job this preseason taking care of the football. He just jinxed him.
4 rides for Peterman. He'll go to the back, out of the backfield for a first down. James Butler, and now into Seattle territory.
Four down territory. Oh, yeah. 1 under 3.5 to go. I would love John Gruden's expressions. You know, I saw that look maybe about, I don't know, 10,000 times. I missed a throw in practice. He'd look at it again. What's wrong with you, man? It was even worse on game days, I'll tell you. He's about as intense as they come. I loved it, too.
Doss with the catch. First down Raiders down to the 30. He was excited after the game-winning kick last week.
Oh, yeah.
Showed some emotion.
He loves football, you know. Yeah. Gets up early in the morning when it's dark, and he doesn't sleep. Yeah, and he goes home late at night when it's dark, and he's all about football. He's got great passion for his players, for this organization. It's the reason why he came back, and feels like he has some unfinished business.
Peterman on first down. Gafford with the catch down to the 21-yard line. Very efficient here, moving the football for the Raiders in a gain of 9.
I like that for Peterman. He's got some rhythm now, Matt. Yep, you can see it. Making good decisions, getting the ball out quick.
We'll get right up to the line of scrimmage. Dawson, DeMornay to the left. Peterman looking that way. Down the middle, and a great catch by Paul Butler at the 3-yard line. No, it got knocked loose. But there is a flag down. And did Butler get hit in the head?
And that's going to be a hit on a defenseless player, or helmet to helmet. It's a jarring blow that knocked that ball away.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense. After this is the goal, automatic, first down.
Yep. Led with the helmet, hit him right in the temple. That's how guys get hurt.
Half the distance for the Raiders. That'll set them up at the 11-yard line. And still over 2 minutes to go. Raiders have entered the Toyota red zone. Toyota, let's go places. Can they punch it in here? 3 field goals on the night. The quick hitter to Gafford, lunging for the 1-yard line. And we've reached the 2-minute warning, and are the Raiders set up first and goal? They'll take a quick look at it, and we'll be back in a moment. 79 of them on the ground for the Raiders tonight. The MVP of the game, Mac Brown. So here we go, Oakland, down 8. It is 2nd and short from just outside the 1. They can still get a first down. Keith Smith, the fullback, in front of James Butler. It is Butler up the middle, and the Seahawks win the showdown there.
Smith got stuck. No movement whatsoever. The line of scrimmage moved towards the offense, towards, to eat the offensive side of the ball, got crushed.
3rd down.
Watch Smith. Boom. Stuffed right in the hole.
Well, Peterman's looked sharp in this drive. 5 of 5, 43 yards.
Lester Cotton got rolled out of there, too.
1:53 to go. Raiders with 1 timeout. Seattle has a pair.
We got the ISO down the bottom of the screen here for the winner.
That's Gafford. They'll try and run it again, and nothing but blue jerseys around James Butler. 4th down. And another timeout.
With the tight end swings and misses. Yep. On the backside, didn't get the seal.
Nice job by Rasheed Green.
So they can still get a first down inside the 1-yard line. It'll be 4th down from just inside the 4.
Well, give Peterman's feet a little chance here, too.
Peterman, they'll run Butler off the left side. Touchdown, Raiders.
A good call there. They spread him out. They got a light box, and they ran Butler up the left side.
Impressive 8-play drive, 55 yards, just over 2 minutes. And running right off the backside of Lester Cotton, the fist pump, and here comes the 2 to tie it. Flag flying, movement up front.
Well, they got
Full start. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty.
Tyler Romer.
We had a nice block on the touchdown run.
Yeah, a little early. Yeah. We're fortunate because this wasn't going to get it done.
Brandon Jackson was right there ready defensively. So now the 2-point try is from the 7. Four-man rush. Peterman in trouble. And down he goes. Sacked by Jackson.
They only brought 4 this time. He just got beat off the top edge.
Jackson was able to win. Pete Romer